All right, quick video on why I didn't create clubs at Pacific, being a top student. Um, the reason is that guy. That's a club. And Jesus. That's I learned that because of Jesus, kids are afraid to ask questions. Right? It's just a question. Like what is like Lauren and Zoe's like what is gravity? And Jesus, how it's taught, Christianity, is to attack children, terrorize, create fear, to terrorize children. That's what Christianity is to terrorize children into not asking questions. What is God? What is Jesus? What is the afterlife? So because of growing up Catholic, I learned that I don't want to create a club and tell the student body how to think. So what I did was I'm still popular on campus, but you come to me with questions. That's healthier. It's a lot healthier. You can do that at your own pace. You don't need to rush into the art department, but do that at your own pace. And I saw a lot of questions. It was really good. They even came into I mean, the kids that had art classes, they ruined my experience, just breaking everything, just to ask questions. Very healthy, right? You wanna you wanna break that, break it, all right, and ask questions. Break it apart. So it's very healthy for them to break it. And I'm like, I mean, I was frustrated, but that's something I'll talk about. It's about so what my research is. What do I research? Is no one taught me how to be a good person. Right? They taught me how to get into heaven. They taught me how to make money. They taught me how to be good scholastically, be good in school, good get top grades. I know all that, but no one's teaching me how to be a good person. And when I kind of terrorize myself, it's to teach myself that yeah, this should have been done, but these are kids that are having fun doing a science experiment on me, which is totally fine. So I'm just trying to teach myself don't get mad at them, right? It's like when you have kids, they're grabbing at their older sibling or your parents. They're like, "What's his hair? Why are you blonde? Why are you brunette? And why are you Asian? Why are you Vietnamese? Why are you 5'6"?" And it's nothing to get mad at, right? They're asking questions about their world. It's very healthy to be scientific. So I'm just teaching myself, don't get mad at them, don't get mad at them. They're not used to asking questions because remember, like because of Jesus, you're taught not to ask questions. So this is very new to them. They're breaking stuff healthy. As long as you get to that question, it's like, what are you studying? So what I study is how to be a good person. There's no way of doing that. I created dark math to teach me to be a good person. Like I can calculate all the good stuff I've done and then all the bad stuff I've done. Like I didn't create clubs and things like that. You can count those as bad. And I can see an answer. Like, I'm like 75% good. Something like that. I didn't solve the problem of clubs. Right? It was just a problem I couldn't solve. So like Newton, he's like, I'm gonna leave it up to God. Or Einstein, spooky action at a distance. That's one of my Einstein Newton moments where I'm like, I don't have the answer. So you can dock points on that. But I just want to be a good person. What does it mean to have a problem I can't solve? What does that mean as a good person? So dark math calculates that for me. Math, physics, those look like toys to me. Education, the education system, it never taught me how to be good as a person. That's why I avoided it. It just never taught me how to be a good person. So again, at Pacific, they were breaking everything. They were all over me breaking everything just to get to that question, which is like, what are you like? How are you so good at what you do? Which is a good question. That's a PhD thesis. Why is someone so good at what they do? And they're not used to asking these big questions, so they break a lot of stuff, which is what you should be doing as a PhD student. You should be breaking everything to get to your thesis sentence question. You should be breaking everything, right? So when they were doing it, I'm like, go for it, right? And the Delta Gamma, they're like, oh, look at the distance from High School Musical. So they use High School Musical and men as a measurement. Right? It's like they were like, I'm confused about something. You're really smart, but you're not here with us. But we're really smart. So what's going on? So they use High School Musical to go, oh, men's a genius. Men's really smart. And they're like, wait a second. The more they measure, they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. You should be here with us. That's really good. That's what you should be doing. I didn't teach them that. There wasn't a club that told them to think that way. They did it themselves. Right? That's what I want to see. For you to do it yourself, to go, huh, that's interesting to me. I want to ask questions about it. Not to go, don't ask questions about politics, religion, your parents, sex, right? Violence. I can't ask questions about that. No, break it all apart. Ask questions. So they were asking questions about bullying. They were asking questions about violence, bullying in school. Tough, tough questions. Sex, even. Sex in college. So they were doing a good job at being a PhD student, because I was. I was a PhD student. So yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, I just want to avoid other people's mistakes. Not that they're bad. It's a part of my research where I don't want to make that mistake. It's okay that you make it, but I don't want to make it. Not that I'm trying to be God. It's just for my research. I'd rather not make it. That's just a part of my method. It's like, how do I avoid making that mistake? Studying more, whatever it may be. A lot of people assume I have all the answers. That's not the case. So a lot of people, they're like, I want to study with you. I want to see how you study. Right? I might talk to Gina one day, talk to Danielle one day, be in our department, get mad at something. They're like, oh, that's how you study. I want to copy that. That's good. But don't look at me and assume that I have all the answers. I don't. I have a method in which I study. You can study that. But don't assume I have all the answers, because I don't. I do a process of elimination. Like, oh, this can't be right, this can't be right, this can't be right, this can't be right. Therefore, the only lasting answer, no matter how strange it may be, that must be the answer. So I do a process of elimination. Yeah, so when Lauren and Zoe, they have questions about gravity when I'm not an expert in physics at all. I know I joke around, but I'm not. I'm like, I don't have the answers, but if you want to study with me, we can do that. I'm a fine arts major. But you can see how I, as a fine arts major, how I study, and you can copy that method. If we get the answers, cool. If we don't get the answers, I'm cool with that too. So that's my approach. Um, I don't walk around going, I have all the answers. I don't do that. Um, so that's Lauren and Zoe. My professors, um, yeah. So I think their question is like they're breaking a lot of stuff. Very healthy. Ask questions. But so like when they break stuff, I don't care about the stuff. I just care about the concept, right? So when Kimberly was breaking stuff, I don't care about like if I have to do extra work, I don't care about that. But what I lecture on is, do you understand the concept of what you're doing? I break stuff to teach myself, hey, don't get mad at little kids. Like I'm trying to teach myself. It looks like you're breaking stuff just because you're copying that I break stuff. So that's when I lecture on the concept. Do you understand the concept? The stuff I don't care. I don't care if I have to work a little bit more. I don't care if my Nintendo Switch is broken. I don't care about the stuff. Right? What I care about is, do you understand the concept of what I'm doing and what you're doing? Because it's not the same. So that's my lecture. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is I don't have all the answers. But if you want to figure it out together, we can do that. And you can study how I study. Yeah, the reason why I didn't create clubs is because I don't like telling people how to think. I'd rather you just ask questions. Just, just keep asking questions. I'd rather you do that. What's wrong with the world? They're afraid to ask questions. It's that simple. They're afraid to ask questions, so they break stuff. Totally fine, but you need to know the underlying issue is you're afraid to ask questions. It's that simple. Um, and for my Pacific admissions, yeah, I've been doing research on how to be a good person, and I thought I found something, and I wanted to tell the admissions like, hey, I think I found something. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know what we've been doing before is not it. All right. You can't say you're a good person when you terrorize me for asking what is God. Like you literally terrorize me as a kid. I'm a little kid asking what is God. And you can't really say you're a good person if you keep terrorizing me and putting fear into me. Something like that, that method doesn't work. So that's what I told the at Pacific admissions is like, hey, there's something wrong here. I don't know what, because I'm like 19. Um, yeah, I'm like 19. I don't know all the answers, but I'm just saying, if you want to figure this out together, is what I'm saying. Is what actually that's what I was trying to say. So what I was trying to say is, hey, if you want to do this together, we can figure this out together. But right now at 19, I don't have the answers. Is what I was trying to say. I'm just saying, here's my evidence that something's wrong. And if you want to figure this out together with the whole world, we can do that together. Because I'm 19 and I don't have all the answers. Right? It's like relative. It's like special relativity before general relativity. Like I got the special relative. I got it down. Right? You're supposed to be a star. I got that down. I got special relativity down. I just don't have the general relativity down. until now, like I have a good understanding now. Not even now, to be honest. Not even now. I'm still on special relativity. On to be honest, I'm still on special relativity. I haven't come up with general relativity yet. So that's where I'm at. Like let's just figure this out together. Cause to be honest, I don't know until I get out there. I simply don't know. All right.